Hi, this is Renee Weiler, and I'm a whistleblower with the SEC, and I am documenting counterfeit mortgages that have registered on properties all over the nation. Tonight, I am doing a MERS mortgage fraud audit on a home that I believe to be owned by politician Maxine Waters. And what I do is I go into Google MERS Servicer ID. It'll pull up this website, and you can do a search by property address, borrower details, and then hit the second radio button, search by property address only. So you're going to pull up all the mortgages that are registered on a particular property by MERS. And for this audit, we're going to enter the address exactly as MERS suggests. For example, East Main Street should be entered as Main. So we're going to put in Lucerne. And this is the search that they want you to do, but it's not going to show the whole picture. What we're going to see is that on this particular address, there are no MINs, on no mortgage identification numbers, or no mortgage on this property. Now, I've done this, or I've performed this search before, and I did come up with 2 mortgages. So if you do that and you find the 2 mortgages that I came up with before, I think there's something wrong with this, but I'm not going to go into that. I'm going to show you how to find the counterfeit mortgages. And we're first going to do Boulevard, put Boulevard in there. We just use different versions of the address. That's where they're storing the counterfeit mortgages. And as you can see, these are inactive mortgages. They all have note dates, and they all have specific MIN numbers, which is mortgage identification number. Now, the first 7 digits of the MIN identifies the entity who registered this. I did a little research to find out it is MetLife who registered this mortgage on this address. So one of their employees put these mortgages in there, and we think they're suspect. In order to get into this database, you would have to have a user ID and a password to enter or create any record in here. So we can easily, I would think we could easily identify who's creating these fake mortgages. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do Lucerne Boulevard. And the reason I'm doing that is because I've done a lot of research on the algorithm, where they seem to be stockpiling all the active mortgages that are fake on any particular address on an abbreviated version of the address. So Boulevard would be BLVD. If you're doing Drive, it'd be DR. If it's Street, it'd be ST. So that's where I first start to look to find the most amount of active MERS mortgages that have been registered on this property. Now, these are things, mortgages that they don't want you to see, these records here. We've got 7 records, and we have one active mortgage and a whole lot of inactive mortgages. So you can see they all have their own note dates. And we have MetLife here, which is one that we see on judges' homes that don't necessarily reconcile with the local courthouse records. So now we'll tweak this a little bit. Because it's, the street is named South Lucerne, we're going to put South Lucerne Boulevard in our street search to see if we can find other hidden mortgages. And we have 4 records. We have two more active. As you can see, they each have their own note date. Morgan Stanley, City Mortgage, Select Portfolio, Ally Bank, quite a few. So we have 2 active mortgages on this search. And then what we'll do is we're going to still tweak this a little bit more, because normally I can find other mortgages with a directional, meaning in this case it's south. And I'm abbreviating Boulevard too, because I believe that algorithm will give me all the hidden active mortgages, the majority of them. So let's see what we find here. Yes, So we got 15 records, and woohoo, we hit the mother lode. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 active mortgages on her home, in addition to the other active mortgages that we've seen. But this is very interesting because they have Loan Depot, according to MERS, has a registered mortgage with a note date of 4/10/2020, and as you can see, it's active. We got Wells Fargo, 2016, and if you remember 2017, Wells Fargo created millions of active checking accounts, credit cards, and deposit accounts using customers' private information, and they were all fake. And now they are being fined, but you know, they'll just pay the fine and go on as usual and create some other kind of fraud. But you can see here that we've got all kinds of, we have a PHH mortgage here too, 9/5/2019. That's very important because we see a lot of foreclosure judges having PHH mortgage as their servicer, and I have documented one that appears to have paid off his mortgage, and 3 days later a PHH mortgage shows up, not in the courthouse, but in the MERS records. So I think that's very seedy, very deceiving, but that's what we've got going on. And you can see she has quite a few active mortgages here. Another one in 2020, or two in 2020 for Citibank. Both active. Another one in 2000 from, not Citibank, I should say, Citi Mortgage, also active. JP Morgan, PNC, inactive. Now, the inactive mortgages mean that someone has paid these off, so she does have a lot of inactive mortgages too. A whole lot of mortgages here. Then we need to question what's going on here and why so many active mortgages on Maxine Waters' home. Thank you for watching.